Well, hello, my name is Eric and I live full-time in this 2020 Subaru Forester. I'm traveling around the country and I've been in this car now for 8 months. But just because I live in a car doesn't mean I don't compromise on a good quality sleep. I have an incredibly nice, comfortable bed that I'm gonna show you how I get a really great night's sleep anywhere in my car. Okay, once again, this is a 2020 Subaru Forester. My solar is out currently to recharge my battery station. And here is the bed in the back, and then walking around, here is the bed from this side. Over there is my refrigerator. It stays there permanently, and those are just some clothes that I sleep in at night. There's my portable power station currently plugged up to the solar. All right, so I usually crawl in from the back here. It's just a lot easier to crawl in the back area. And for the mattress itself, I actually found this company called DEEPSLEEP. DeepSleepOverland.com. The link will be down in the description. And this mattress is amazing. This mattress is part foam and part air, and it is actually specifically made for this particular car. They make it for Subaru Foresters, they make it for Subaru Crosstrek, other makes of Subarus, but also they make it for Jeeps and they make it for Toyotas. So basically you go to the website and you put in the make and model of your car, and this is form-fitting for this specific vehicle. All right, so when I'm about to crawl into bed for the night, I do come through the back area. I think it's a lot easier than going through the side door, but I just kind of prop my feet up here. I take my shoes off before I get in bed because I don't want these shoes to get into the car and get everything dirty. And then I actually put my shoes in these shower caps that I picked up at a Walmart for $1 a piece. And that way the shoe stays, all the dirty part of the shoe stays in the shower cap. Doesn't get the inside of my home dirty because I do live in this car full time. So I try to keep it as clean as possible. Just goes off to the side, and I'm 6 foot tall and lay down perfectly fine in this. And here's me laying in the bed in the car completely. So this is what it looks like. I'm 6 foot tall, and if I stretch out, then I will hit my head a little bit on the front seat, the front passenger seat that is, and my feet on the tailgate when it's closed. That is really only if I stretch out. When I'm sleeping comfortably, I'm fine. I'm mostly a side sleeper, but this mattress that I'm sleeping on would accommodate anybody for their sleeping habits. I do have the front seat pushed up a little bit, the passenger seat that is, but not a whole lot. I'm actually able to put a lot of things up in this passenger seat, like clothes and things for storage. But yeah, I sleep very comfortably in this. I think it's really good. Occasionally I will come out of the side door area, but usually I just go out through the back. Now, the only thing that is a little bit of a pain for me, being that this is a car and I'm elevated a little bit because this is a thicker mattress, when I sit up in the car, I do hit my head a little bit on the top of the car here, and that's only when I go to change my shirt, something like that, since I usually have to change in the car. So you'll see that I do kind of hit my head a little bit, so I do have to kind of scrunch over to change my shirt. So it's not the easiest thing in the world, but it kind of is what it is, but it does work. Okay, so this is just another angle to give you a different perspective of what it's like for a 6 foot tall person to live in a Forester laying down. So if you ever end up doing any car camping, or if you're looking to do nomad travel like I do, this is what it is for, again, a 6 foot tall person to lay comfortably in their car. I do have a little bit of width here. My fridge is to the right of me, and then the door to the left, and I have plenty of room to move around. Not bad. The other neat thing about this mattress is if I move my sleeping bag back, you'll see that the mattress itself is kind of form-fitting. So it cuts here and then does kind of like a wide angle to give you more room up here in the car. So again, this is specifically fit for the Forester model Subarus. For me to stay warm at night, I use a sleeping bag. This is the Ceta Summit. This is the Trek 3. This is a 650 fill down sleeping bag. It will actually keep me warm up to 10 degrees Fahrenheit, 12 degrees Celsius, minus 12 degrees Celsius. And I got the long version, I'm 6 foot. This thing is incredibly warm, incredibly soft. It's a mummy style sleeping bag. It does have a hood that you can pull up over your head if you need to. And I have a pretty nice, comfortable pillow because I do sleep in my car every single night. This pillow is made by Climate, and it is about as close as you can get to a regular pillow as possible. When I crawl into my sleeping bag, I wanted something to feel kind of like a regular bed. So this is actually some old King's sheets that I had that I actually just fabric glued. That's what you see here, that little kind of glue material here. It's actually come a little undone here. But it's just fabric glue that I put together inside the sleeping bag. And so it gives it this nice bed feeling. And when I lay in the bed, if I'm dirty and I lay in this can get taken out and get washed a lot easier than taking out the whole entire sleeping bag and washing it. So this gives it a more of a bed kind of feeling, but also it's just easier for cleaning purposes. If you're wondering if I have any kind of platform on here, I do not. When you lift it up, it's just some blankets. I have some wool blankets. I have some fleece blankets. This is actually a fleece sleeping bag liner. These are some DoorDash bags. I DoorDash for extra cash at times. The only thing I have under here is one platform. It's one small board. It's probably just an inch thick, and it's just a little bit raised up because you can see where the seat kind of ends there. And I push this up a little bit to give headroom for this, for my bed, so that when it lays down, my head is not sinking in like this. It's a lot more comfortable. But I do not have any kind of platform underneath my bed at all. And if you're watching this video for the first time, you're not familiar with my setup, up here in the ceiling of my car, there is this cargo net organizer, and I have that up here for all my jackets. This is all my winter gear. It stores jackets, it has hoodies, it has pullovers, it has some gloves and some hats, and so I keep that up there as just a place to put all that bulky stuff. And so it does also droop down a little bit, as you can see, so it's another thing that I will hit my head a little bit when I sit up in bed, but it's just clothes. It's very soft, so even when I do hit my head on it, it doesn't hurt or anything. The only other thing you'll see underneath my mattress here is I do have a little hand mirror, and I do have a small table. You can see a link of that in the description below if you're interested how this table works. But I love this table. It's super compact. As you can see, it's able to go underneath my mattress, be very comfortable. It doesn't make anything bulky back there. When the temperatures drop and this sleeping bag is just not enough for me, I don't think, I actually stay a little more warm by putting on this hoodie here. And then I have some flannel pajamas and a t-shirt that I sleep in. And then I even have some wool socks, and I put all those on before I go to bed and crawl into my sleeping bag. And that really, really does help me stay a lot more warm in really cold temperatures. Okay, well that's it. A quick and easy video about my sleeping setup in my car. I am not sponsored by DEEPSLEEP Mattress. This is an actual product I purchased on my own, and a lot of people ask me about it. They have asked, how do I like it? How do I find it to sleep on every single night? And personally, I think it's probably the next best thing next to a real mattress, honestly. I have full-time lived in a teardrop trailer before, and I used to sleep on just a single air mattress that you would use like in a tent or something. It was a good one. It was made by Nemo, and it was great, but it was just an air mattress that has no foam in it. Because this has foam and it has a little bit of air that you blow into it to give it a little bit more of that fill, it does make it a lot more comfortable. The DEEPSLEEP mattress can fold down and roll up if you're looking not to live in your car permanently and you just want to do weekend camping trips. This can break down a little bit and then be rolled away and put, in a closet or storage area or something like that to just get it out of your way. It's not the smallest thing when it breaks down. It is a little big and bulky. You're absolutely not going to want to backpack with it and take it into the mountains or anything. But for car camping, this mattress really is the best thing that I have found. Now, the warmest I probably ever slept in the car was probably high 70s, maybe as hot as 80 degrees. So there has been a few times where it's been a little warm in the car, but I do have this little camp fan that has been perfect for those kind of conditions. This has 3 speeds on it, and on the second setting, this will stay on all night long for me. I'll put the link in the description for you, but it does have a little hook, and what I do is I just hook it onto the handles that you would hang onto if someone was a passenger in the back of the car, and then I can be angled this wherever I want. This fan even has a small light built into it if you need that in the middle of the night. And here is that fan hanging right here on the handles in the back of the car. I can then position this fan to blow directly on me while I'm sleeping. I usually just angle it right on top of my face, and it keeps me very, very cool at night. this setup has kept me incredibly warm at night. I have woken up to 11-degree temperatures in Colorado, and while it was very cold in the car, I was incredibly warm and comfortable in the sleeping bag when I have my sleeping bag liner that I showed you earlier, that red fleece liner, inside the sleeping bag with this 10-degree sleeping bag and things like a hoodie and flannel pajamas and wool socks on. Woken up just fine. Well, thank you so much, and thank you for escaping normal life with me.